All right, I just finished freeze drying a bunch of different candies, and I wanted to see which ones worked, which ones didn't work. So here are just a bunch of them. In this video, I'm just gonna go through each one, taste it, tell you which ones worked well, which ones didn't. Let's get going. Let me just first start, I'll bring up this picture and I'll tell you what we have here. So the top left, we have Rice Krispies, then we have Dots, some Milk Duds, Skittles, Starbursts, some Licorice, York Mint, Twix, it's a little more licorice, and an Almond Joy. And then on the other tray, we have in the top Reese's, a Rolo, some Whoppers, Rice Krispies, Smarties, some Swedish Fish, Tootsie Roll. These are some pineapple bits and some Sour Patch Kids. A couple other gummies, more Dots, and these aren't Dots, these are fruit snacks. That's what I put in the freeze dryer. Now I only did like a 2-hour candy mode session for this to start to see if it worked. And I noticed right away that the drier candies like the Skittles, those were done in like 2 hours. That was fine. Some of the other ones though, like the Licorice, were not. And even after I did about 8 more hours, so after 10 hours, it's still not completely dry. Same thing with like the Swedish Fish. So you can still see that it's still kind of gooey. So that just tells me that if I was going to do this again, I would do all the Skittles at one time and those things that freeze dry really fast. And some of the other gummy things, I would do a separate batch just by themselves for a longer time, maybe just even a normal batch, and give it a day and see what happens. But for this test, this is what I did. All right, so let's start with the Dots. Just looking at the Dots, it looks like they did not freeze dry, have enough time to freeze dry. They look pretty gummy still. Yeah, you can see they're still really gummy. So. And now they're just hard to chew. So Dots are something that needs to take more time in the freeze dryer than probably separate. The Skittles, I already know those are gonna be good. When they pop like popcorn, they're real good. Skittles, that's an easy one. All right, Rice Krispie treat. I'll see how this goes. That's actually really good. It's just like a Rice Krispie, except for it's not sticky. So it still has the crunch like a normal Rice Krispie does, but there's no sticky to it. So that's a winner for sure. Rice Krispie is good to go. The Milk Duds, those expanded a lot more than I thought they would. I didn't know they were gonna get this big. Those are really good. Out of all the freeze-dried food and candy that I've had, those melt the fastest in your mouth. It's like cotton candy. When you put a big piece of cotton candy in, and then the whole thing just disappears and dissolves. That's what that is. More so than saltwater taffy. Saltwater taffy, I like it because you put it in, it's crispy, and then it just kind of dissolves in your mouth. This completely disappears. I don't know if I can show. I can't even open it up. So you can see how airy it is in there. It's just air. It's all air. But delicious. Okay, we're doing Milk Duds again. One of the things is with chocolate. Chocolate usually doesn't really work. For example, this right here is Reese's. We'll get to that, but you can tell it just melted. Didn't work at all. All right, the lemon head. Feels a little heavier than I would expect it to, so I don't think that this had enough time. Yeah, the lemon head didn't have enough time in the freezer. I need more time. I think it would be better when there's more time. All right, the Starburst. I didn't think the Starburst was totally done, but it is. It's really crunchy. but really good. Okay, let's do a piece of licorice. Oh, that was like rock hard. Okay, the licorice did not expand at all. I'm gonna be chewing on that forever. I'm spitting it out. Sorry, for the sake of the video, I'm taking it out. All right. Rinse down some milk. All right. So I also have like a York mint here. See how this goes. This did expand. The chocolate did melt a little bit. That's pretty good. It has kind of the texture of a Skittle. So if you had a freeze-dried Skittle, that's kind of what it's like. But yeah, the chocolate's definitely melted onto the mat. That's a tough one. I don't think that one I'd do again. The inside part is really good, but the chocolate's just like really soft and gets all over your fingers. I don't think I'd do that one again. All right, the Almond Joy. You can see the Almond Joy just completely melted. Again, that's just the chocolate, as a general rule, just doesn't freeze very well. That was good though. That tastes just like an Almond Joy. A little crispier, like that coconut flavor. So if it didn't melt all over the place, I would do that again. But if you're trying to keep it clean, the Almond Joy is going to melt everywhere. All right, what was this one? This one was, all right, believe it or not, that's a Twix. So the Almond Joy melted everywhere. The Twix didn't really melt everywhere. There's a little bit still on the bottom. Kind of just exploded though. It almost looks like it needs more time. That doesn't taste anything like a Twix. It doesn't make any sense. That part kind of does. Okay. Nope, Twix is out. I don't know what they put in this, but when it expands, it changes the texture. Not in a good way. I gotta watch the demo more. Okay, so it's good to know Twix are out. My favorite candy is Reese's, but you can see that the Reese's just melted on here. It's just a pile of goo, chocolate peanut butter. Okay. This one really surprised me. That's a Rolo. A single Rolo just blew up and went nuts. You can see how airy it is. It's not really good. It's kind of like the Twix. I wonder if it's the caramel. I bet the caramel. Nah, nope, I don't like it. Okay, so, and I like Twix and Rolo like fresh, regularly. I think the caramel, when it expands, there's something weird, some weird flavor with that. So that's out. All right, the Whoppers, they kind of melted. Let's see how they melted. Tastes like a Whopper. I don't know if that needed more time and if the freezer couldn't like work because it was totally surrounded by chocolate. The Smarties, just a Smarties. The Swedish Fish, I can tell that those didn't have enough time because they're still gooey. Yep. Doesn't taste bad, I'd be chewing on it forever. All right, the Tootsie Roll, I think needed more time. Oh, maybe not. I thought it was gonna expand. The Tootsie Roll did not expand. Tastes like a Tootsie Roll, so same flavor. Harder texture, harder crunch than Skittles. I'm not a huge fan of Tootsie Rolls anyway, but if you like Tootsie Rolls, you'll probably like this. But it's harder to chew than like the Skittles are. All right, the Sour Patch Kids, I can tell that those didn't get enough time. I've had these before with more time and they expand more and they're hard to chew. So I don't really like the Sour Patch Kids. All right, the pineapple bit. Also needed more time. Just tasted like pineapple, which I've done pineapple like crushed from the can, like crushed pineapple, like bits. Put it, it's really good, but just needed more time. So I think the biggest mistake here was putting things like Skittles that get done really fast with gummy candy that it's going to take a longer time. All right, so fruit snack. Yep, super gummy. Still didn't have time yet to finish it.
All right, now let's try the now and laters.
Those are done though. Very flavorful. It's kind of like the Starburst. This is a big gummy. You can see that did not have near enough time. Yeah, you're in the camera. You see that, huh? All right, final thoughts for this video. The Rice Krispie was really good. Turned out great. Skittles are amazing. They're like a classic. The biggest surprise for me was the Milk Duds. Didn't think they would turn out very well because of the chocolate, but they turned out really good. Biggest letdown, I think, was probably the Twix. It gave this weird flavor. Just did not like the Twix. The Rolo was really big, but also had that weird flavor. And then a lot of the gummy things just needed more time. So hope you like this video. Hope you'll experiment and you try some things and let me know how many hours you do for your gummy things like the licorice and the fruit snacks, how many hours you do yours for. But it's evident that the candy setting, the 2-3 hours you do with the candy setting isn't going to work for some of these gummy candies, but it does work great for the Skittles, Starbursts, Rice Krispies. All right, thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you.